iced up time. Let's go. Turning on some motivational speech. And then jumping in.
I've had some failures in front of a lot of people.
3 minutes.
But I didn't mind that because you grow from that, you know.
I think part of learning is dying. I think part of learning is you gotta die a little bit. Because what is learning? Learning is me giving up on my old ideas. And those ideas have to die. You have to listen.
And we've been doing this for years and years and years, back to back. That's why every time we finish, Dennis takes the time, notes it in his phone. Then after training, he puts it in his computer and he has data for years and years. From when we start prep and what the times are when we finish camp.
And Rico is so active.
Yeah, for how long is that out as well?
Yeah.
How long's he been out? 2 years, 3 years?
He's
Broke
been out
his arm,
since.
didn't
Yeah, but Rico was calling bullshit. Rico said he just wanted out of the fight.
Yeah, he
he
did
said
say
he
that,
wanted
yeah.
out. He said he wanted out. He was getting up.
Yeah.
And he said he knew that I was tuning him up, you know? And I don't know, I mean, that's also Rico trying to fuck with him.
Yeah.
Getting his head.
100%.
So I watched this his training routine today. Jesus Christ, man. Like, no wonder he's in insane shape. He would swim sometimes for 5 hours a day. 5 hours of just laps in the pool. He starts his day at 4:30 in the morning. So 4:30 in the morning, he gets up, eats breakfast, and has his first training at 5. At 5, it's all conditioning. It's all like running.
This is where people don't understand, like, hey, you step in the ring and that's what you do. That's what you were born to do. That's true, but you need that tension, you need that vibe of walking towards the ring, stepping into the ring, all those people looking at you at that moment. That's a certain type of feeling that you get, and
You got to be comfortable with it.
yeah, and that's exactly what it is. You
Yeah.
gotta feel comfortable, and the only way you can be comfortable and stay comfortable is being active.
According to Joe Rogan, Rico's relentless routine has unsettled him, exposing a dangerous edge as Rico Verhoeven stalks the brutal clash with Oleksandr looming closer.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, no wonder he's in insane shape. He would swim sometimes for 5 hours a day. 5 hours of just laps in the pool. He starts his day at 4:30 in the morning. So 4:30 in the morning, he gets up, eats breakfast, and has his first training at 5. At 5, it's all conditioning. It's all like running, rowing, biking, takes a break, eats again, takes a little nap, back in the gym again like 2 hours, and then he's sparring, boxing, doing all that workout, then eats, takes a break, relaxes a little bit. Evening session is boxing. An evening session, he's sparring, he's hitting mitts, he's hitting the bag, gets up in the morning and does it all over.
And as Joe Rogan hints, Rico Verhoeven's dawn ritual turns eerie, the 3-minute ice bath proving a cold, ruthless conditioning that borders on obsession.
A lot of people.
3 minutes.
But I didn't mind that because you grow from that, you know.
I think part of learning is dying. I think part of learning is you gotta die a little bit. Because what is learning? Learning is me giving up on my old ideas. And those ideas have to die. You have to listen. Yeah.
Trust your gut.
One place.
Don't stop. I'm not stopping. That's what got life and got us.
Ooh, wait. Oh, that's the morning routine right there. Oh, that's my favorite way to wake.
Then Rico Verhoeven stalks the gym after the ice bath, insisting his legs are his deadliest asset, the reason he punishes them with relentless force daily.
What we're doing now is just a quick warm-up. So we do some shadow boxing, warming up the muscles, and throwing some kicks, just air kicks. Move, warm up, and for me, my legs are the most important asset that I have. So I use, of course, the legs for a lot of movement and to make impact with the kicks. So that works. So we gotta keep them occupied. We gotta keep them busy. So that's what we're doing.
Then he slips into a gym session with his trainer, sharpening brutal boxing angles, and he swears this ritual is forged through years of consistency, convinced he is destined to rip Oleksandr Usyk's belt away.
Year in, year out, every Monday, it's the same. Maybe many, tiny things change, but for the most, it's all the same. So, for years and years, consistency, training this, makes you world champion.
And the wildest twist fans are catching now is the vicious hand speed of Rico Verhoeven before his clash with Oleksandr Usyk, revealing just how far he has transformed into something far more dangerous. For the biggest challenge of his life, Rico Verhoeven isn't just training, he's dissecting everything, claiming he sees cracks in Oleksandr Usyk's style, convinced his mindset and approach can truly rival him.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see some holes, but he's playing chess while everybody's playing checkers.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, to be honest, that's what I love to see, because for me, that's how I approached kickboxing as well, and my opponents, because I also fought like multiple guys like 2 or 3 times, and just keep doing it and keep beating them in a better way, and becoming a better version of yourself, and staying focused and staying mentally strong and resilient. And that's exactly what he does. So yeah, it's a huge challenge, Ariel. It's a huge challenge, and I'm crazy excited.
Knowing he is branded the underdog, Rico says the label carries no weight, no pressure at all. Instead, he leans into it, almost like fuel. He claims he embraces the role and still carries plans to shock the entire world when the bell rings. Rico insists he has already lived through massive stages before, so this moment cannot shake him in the slightest. Rather than worry, he is locked in, focused on constructing the perfect strategy to dismantle Usyk and silence everyone who doubts him.
No, I think I've been on the biggest stages for, like, as long as I can remember. So selling out arenas and being, fighting for thousands and thousands of fans within the arena and millions watching at home. So within that, I'm used to the pressure of fighting. And I think the cool thing is now, like, for being the guy with the target on his back for the last decade, now the target is on somebody else's back. So that I think that's a good feeling. So I love to come in as the underdog. I don't mind.
With His Excellency Turkey Usyk and Jason Statham behind the scenes, the fight feels engineered and inevitable, and Rico feels the pressure and responsibility to prove why this matchup was made. He knows he steps in against Oleksandr Usyk, widely seen as the best heavyweight boxer in the world, but believes he can shock everyone. With Tyson Fury guiding him, Rico is fully committed to delivering a performance that is truly worth watching tonight.
Do you feel like you have to prove Turkey right? Like, because when Turkey did that video, he said, hey, blame it on this guy if you don't like the fight. Like, do you feel pressure to prove him right that this was a fight worth making?
100%. 100%. I think it's something that is not just for him, for His Excellency, or for Jason, but also just for everybody, just for the whole boxing world, because I know they have their doubts in how I'm gonna be performing during this fight, and I'm gonna be standing right across of probably one of the best heavyweight boxers ever. And how is this kickboxer gonna look? So I feel really responsible to look as good as possible. And that's why Peter Fury is going to...
Inside the camp, the atmosphere is anything but normal as Rico Verhoeven looks almost electric on the pads, each strike snapping out sharp, fast, and controlled, revealing a mind fully locked onto the biggest test ahead. Working closely with Peter Fury, the sessions turn relentless, filled with constant corrections, tight pressure, and a high-level obsession with timing and movement. With every passing round, Rico's confidence doesn't just rise, it hardens, and the entire camp begins to feel like a quiet build toward a storm, a fighter preparing to step into the fight of his life without blinking. As for Peter Fury, he feels honored to be part of this fight journey and insists he is pushing Rico beyond his limits in every session. His focus is on preparing him to become the best possible version of himself with no shortcuts and no excuses. Fury believes the target is to make Rico the most complete man in the ring on fight night. And if he does not take Usyk's belts, he says there will be no regrets at all.
Giza, Rico, how are we feeling?
Feeling good, good to be a part of it, happy to be here. It's a honour to be at the side of Usyk in the opposite corner. Great guy. What can you say? It's a great fighting another great. So just happy to be a part of it. And as Rico said, rightfully said, may the best man win. And there's not going to be any hard feelings whoever wins. So I'm not about that. I respect Usyk a lot. I think he's a real humble man of the blessed Lord. I think he's what a great heavyweight world champion.
Peter Fury understands the danger in this matchup and quietly admits that underestimating Rico Verhoeven would be a fatal error. On the outside, public opinion dismisses Rico's chances against Oleksandr Usyk, but Fury insists that narrative is built on ignorance, and even Usyk himself is not walking in blind. His entire focus is tightening Rico into something sharper, more complete, a version built specifically for fight night, refined through pressure and relentless correction. Fury keeps pointing to the shock factor hidden in Rico's kickboxing roots, warning that people still see an outdated version of him, not the evolving fighter emerging now. In his eyes, this is no longer a crossover experiment, it is a transformation, one that could suddenly expose just how far Rico has climbed from a kickboxer into a fully prepared professional boxer ready for Usyk.
Has that sort of changed now?
Yeah, of course it has, because we was training him for I was training him the boxing for kickboxing. Now it's boxing for boxing. So obviously there's a lot of differences, but it's how he adapts and everything else. And he's dealing with somebody who's very, very clever, but so is Rico as well. So it's a very interesting matchup. This.
I think what makes it interesting is Usyk is so clever with the boxing, but Rico might bring something he's not seen before.
Yeah, and I think he will. I think he's very unorthodox, Rico, and he's he'll be underestimated by a lot of the public, but Alexander's not underestimating him. I can tell you that, and because he knows his job, he knows his game, inside and out backwards. So he'll be training with the best Usyk, for the best.
The boxing world is caught off guard by Rico Verhoeven's audacious confidence as he marches toward a looming showdown with Oleksandr Usyk, a fight many never expected to materialize. Promoter Eddie Hearn has openly questioned the entire matchup, warning that Rico is stepping into territory far beyond his depth and arguing that, on paper, he has no business sharing a ring with Usyk. Yet the criticism only sharpens Rico's mindset, reinforcing a stubborn belief in his own path through combat sports. After earlier negotiations for a clash with Anthony Joshua collapsed before it could ignite, Rico now frames Usyk as the unavoidable next step in his ascent, describing it like climbing a brutal pyramid towards something bigger. The vision peaks with a dramatic setting, as the event is aimed for May 23rd at the pyramids of Giza, turning the journey into something almost mythic in scale.
Get in the ring with a guy like Usyk and to commit to a fight with someone like AJ, you have to be, one, full of confidence, and two, probably a little bit deluded. Because if you look at it on paper, he shouldn't be in there with Usyk. But he has also, I would say, a mountain to climb, but I think it's better to say he has a pyramid to climb on May 23rd.
The matchup is already under a heavy cloud of criticism echoing through the boxing world. Oleksandr Usyk is being openly questioned for even agreeing to face Rico Verhoeven, as many struggle to justify how the pairing was made in the first place. The decision by the WBC to sanction the bout and place Usyk's belt on the line has only intensified the controversy, igniting debate over whether the sport is bending too far for spectacle. Voices like Wade Clemens have pushed the criticism further, drawing comparisons to crossover experiments such as James Toney stepping into the UFC, arguing that Rico brings no established boxing record or ranking to legitimize a shot at a champion of Usyk's level at this stage.
There's not many fighters that would do that. So, that's pretty cool. It's crazy to me that an unranked guy getting a title shot immediately, I know he has legacy in the sport, but to me, it's like a Cage Warriors debut getting called up. No, dude, he doesn't. Rico has zero legacy in the sport of boxing. The legacy thing is his kickboxing, right? For sure. But he has zero legacy in this sport. It's like James Toney coming and fighting in the UFC and getting a title shot immediately. That's what it would have been like, right? Now, James Toney did come and fight in the UFC. He fought Randy Couture, but...
The involvement of Jason Statham adds another strange, almost surreal layer to the making of this fight. But Wade Clemens reacts with clear skepticism, calling the whole arrangement unusual from the start. He also takes aim at Turkey, criticizing him for putting together what he describes as a matchup no traditional boxing fan ever actually demanded, insisting the addition of the Jason angle makes it even more shocking and hard to take seriously. In Wade's view, while Turkey is injecting massive money into the sport and drawing fresh global attention, he is not operating like a purist of boxing. Instead, he frames him as more of a fantasy matchup architect, driven by curiosity, spectacle, and entertainment value rather than respect for boxing's traditional hierarchy and sporting logic.
What? Are you telling me that Jason Statham, who does come to the fights, one of those nights was sitting there next to Turkey and he was like, hey, you know what would be a good fight, mate? Is if you have Rico Verhoeven going against Usyk. And Turkey, being a super fan of boxing, and let's be honest, Turkey's a bit of a mark for boxing, right? He's a bit of a mark. It's a bit like Tony Khan in boxing. If you guys get that reference, it's a bit like a guy that's always wanted to fantasy book boxing. To be fair to Turkey, he's putting a lot of money up. He is making fights that fans want to see, but every so often, there'll be one of these where he gets two people that nobody wants to really see in a ring together, or at least cares about, but because he thinks it's a fun fight and he wants to make a spectacle out of it.
Rico Verhoeven insists the debate over whether he truly deserves a world title shot, and the fact that the WBC has sanctioned it, can be argued from both sides, with no simple answer. He acknowledges that critics are free to question whether his credentials are legitimate enough for this level, but he pushes back by stressing that the WBC itself has already judged him fit for the opportunity. In his view, that approval alone carries weight in a sport built on rankings and recognition. Rico believes his overall record and achievements speak for themselves and justify his place in a world title fight, even without a traditional boxing-only background, arguing that his experience still meets the standard required at the highest level of competition.